she has never called in Florida. She has never offered any support. So what she's doing is she's trying to inject herself into this because of her political campaign.
Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida went after Kamala Harris and exposed her for this little game she's playing and called her out wisely, calmly, logically after she gave some slight little jabs at Governor Ron DeSantis for how he's handling this storm and that he's playing certain games. And by everything he laid out in videos from yesterday that we'll see and the new video today, she's the one playing the political games. And she's never really doing anything to actually help. Here's what she said the other day about Ron DeSantis as he deals with these hurricanes hitting his state.
You know, moments of crisis, if nothing else, should really be the moment that anyone who calls themselves a leader says they're going to put politics aside and put the people first. People are in desperate need of support right now, and playing political games with this moment in these crisis situations, these are the height of emergency situations, is just utterly irresponsible, and it is selfish, and it is about political gamesmanship instead of doing the job that you took an oath to do, which is to put the people first.
She took an oath to protect the country. She was in charge of the border. And she didn't protect the American people. She just played games to help her party get advanced, to help her get more votes through these illegals. So first of all, that doesn't make any sense, which we all can see. Second of all, as Ron's about to say, he don't have to deal with her at all. She has no role in protecting his state, getting the aid that he needs. Watch.
And I've been in touch with both FEMA and the president, as well as marshaling all our state agencies and working to support our local communities. And so for Kamala Harris to try to say that my sole focus on the people of Florida is somehow selfish is delusional. She has no role in this. In fact, she's been vice president for 3.5 years. I've dealt with a number of storms under this administration. She has never contributed anything to any of these efforts. And so what I think is selfish is her trying to blunder into this. No. And here's the thing. She has no role. No, she has no role in this process. I'm in contact with the President of the United States. I'm in contact with FEMA director. I'm obviously managing all our state agencies. We're supporting all our local government. And I will say this. I've had storms under both President Trump and President Biden, and I've worked well with both of them. She's the first one who's trying to politicize the storm, and she's doing that just because of her campaign. She's trying to get some type of an edge. She knows she's doing poorly, and so she's playing these political games. I don't have time for political games. I've got people whose lives are on the line. I've got people whose homes and their possessions are on the line, and we are focused 100% on that mission. I'm not worried about playing her political games. And so she is being selfish by trying to blunder into this when we're working just fine.
Whew. DeSantis don't play, man. Look at the look on this brother's face. Look at this brother. He looks serious, and he's a good politician too. He knows how to speak, unlike Kamala. But it's true. He doesn't need to deal with the vice president when it comes to getting aid, dealing with FEMA, protecting and getting certain military things in line, like all of the lineman workers that are coming, loading up all over Florida to make sure that Florida's power lines can be restored. He doesn't need to deal with Kamala Harris to do that. And before we get to this clip that we showed in the beginning, let's hear what President Biden had to say in comparison to his VP, who's trying to trash DeSantis. Another disconnect we're going to see between Biden and his VP.
The governor of Florida has been cooperative. He said he's gotten all that he needs. I talked to him again yesterday, and I said, no, you're doing a great job. It's all being done well. We thank you for it. And I literally gave my personal phone number to call.
You know, moments of crisis, if nothing
Look at the
else.
disconnect between Biden and Kamala with this BS. It's just ridiculous. He says that, then she comes out with all this BS, like she did on The View.
Obviously, This is not an issue that is about partisanship or politics for certain leaders, but maybe is for others.
Yeah, like it is for you, Kamala. Stop playing. So Biden says it's cool. He's dealing with him well. And she's pissed because she ain't getting the attention that she wants. And she can't say, oh, I dealt with the governor of Florida. I'm helping him so much. And it's funny because Biden really has no power. He got kicked out of this race against his wishes, it seems, by everybody around him, Nancy Pelosi, powerful Democrat leaders, that it was going to be this way where you step down or the hard way where they try to do impeachment. And so he doesn't really have that much affiliation with Kamala. He doesn't have any power, but he's just saying what's true, and he can't make her shut up and say what she should be saying because he really doesn't have control over her. The Democrats, the powerful people that are behind Kamala, they just want her to win and get herself in the middle of the news cycles as much as possible. And she's not going to curtail her message at all to get in line with President Biden like she should, because President Biden's being at least diplomatic with his answers. Now let's hear what Governor DeSantis said, again, with that clip that I teased. I think this clip's even better.
There was some praise that came your way from President Biden.
All I can tell you is I'm talking to Governor DeSantis. He's been very gracious.
And said that they had spoken, you had spoken. Then there was this brouhaha over Vice President Harris apparently reaching out to you and maybe not taking the call, and this whole thing, accusations that this had all become politicized.
It's just utterly irresponsible, and it is selfish, and it is about political gamesmanship.
Can you just speak to what happened there?
I am working with the President of the United States. I'm working with the Director of FEMA. I'm marshaling all my state assets. We've been doing this now nonstop for over 2 weeks between Helene and this. And so if there's anything I can leverage to benefit my people, I'm going to do it. The fact of the matter is they put out a story saying I didn't even know she was trying to reach me, but she has no role in this process. And I've been dealing with these storms in Florida under both Trump and Biden. Neither of them ever politicized it. And in fact, all the storms I've dealt with under this administration, although I've worked well with the president, she has never called in Florida. She has never offered any support. So what she's doing is she's trying to inject herself into this because of her political campaign. So as the governor here who's leading this, I don't have time for those games. I don't care about her campaign. Obviously, I'm not a supporter of hers, but she has no role in this process. And so I'm working with the people I need to be working with. We're leveraging the resources I need to be leveraging. And for her to try to say that my focus should be on catering to her rather than worrying about my own people just shows she doesn't understand what it means to respond to these natural disasters.
And it shows that she does not know what it means to be a leader of people. I wouldn't trust her to run my chess club. I wouldn't trust her to run a city, a small village, a state, a country, the greatest, most powerful country in the world? No, sir. Good job, Governor DeSantis. Like the video. If you enjoyed this, consider subscribing. It's Sean Daniel here, and I'll see you in the next one.